You better say your prayers, you flea-bitten varmint. I'm gonna blow you to smithereens.
You do that and I'll kill you.
Alrighty, metalheads. You're listening to the Bullshitting with Bob show. We're here on Brutiful Metal Radio. And I have live via Skype in the studio with us today, Austin Deathtrip from Germany. Welcome to the show, Chuck.
Hi. Thanks I can be there.
Now, we were talking when we first cranked up, because I was basically about to cough a lung up. We were discussing what a hot toddy is.
Yeah, in Germany that would be warmes Bier mit Honig. People don't like it very much here, but it's supposed to help a lot. I never tried it.
For the English speakers out there, that would be beer and honey.
Disgusting.
And I'm still about to spit a lung up. But what a hot toddy is we'll take honey and mix it with a little bit of alcohol, like Jim Beam or Jack Daniels, and put a little bit of sugar in there, and we'll heat it up. And actually, we'll give that to our babies. You know,
really?
Especially here in the South. It helps them sleep.
It's like NyQuil.
Basically, it's like NyQuil.
well,
with a punch to it.
Delicious, but I probably won't try it, I guess. Warmes Bier mit Honig would be you take beer and put it into the microwave and heat it up, and then put honey in it, and then have it as a drink.
Wow.
And overnight you're supposed to sweat a lot, and with that the sickness is gone. But yeah. I never tried that too, because as I'm German, and we're Germans, we're very proud on our beer. So
yes,
we are sort of hesitant to do something like that to beer.
Defacing the beer.
Yeah, that's heresy. That's blasphemy. You don't ruin a good beer. You know, I've talked to quite a few bands, and a lot of them always tell me, especially the American bands, that they want to go play Wacken, and I always tell them about the beer. I said, you guys will not understand until you get there, because I explain to everybody here what Tafelwasser is.
Yeah.
American beer, Tafelwasser.
Tafelwasser.
Yeah.
In German, Tafelwasser would be water.
Yeah, tap water.
Yeah.
That's what all my German friends used to call, like, Budweiser and Coors, all our American beers. Said, don't drink that. That's Tafelwasser.
Yeah, and they got a point there. I personally like Coors, but it doesn't taste like German beer at all.
No.
Because German beer is much stronger.
It's stronger, and it has a lot better flavor.
Well, that depends on your taste, but nevertheless, it's really, really different.
I know my personal favorite is Hefeweizen. I love Hefeweizen.
Hefeweizen?
Oh, yes.
Well, my personal favorite, that would be Beck's.
Beck's?
Yeah.
Now...
and I think you can even get it in America.
Oh, yes.
At least when I went to California, I think I bought it in LA.
Oh, yeah.
But it's very expensive. It's very expensive then, really.
That is good beer. There was another one that I stumbled upon. I told you earlier I was stationed with the Army in Bamberg, and they make Rauch beer there.
Rauch beer.
Rauch beer.
I never even heard of that, but
it's smoked beer.
Be, at least I think I heard there's more than 100,000 different beer flavors in Germany, and it's probably even more, because occasionally, every town, every village has its own brewery, and they're making their own beer.
Mm-hmm.
And some are more famous than others, obviously.
Now, talking back about the hot toddy, when I was in Germany and I would catch a cold, I would actually drink the Glühwein, and Glühwein would actually help with my my breathing and open my sinuses up, because it's a red wine that you drink hot. I think it's
Yeah.
more prevalent in Bayern, in Bavaria.
Oh, you also drink it a lot in northern Germany. I would even go as far as to say that it's even more what's the word? More popular in northern Germany because northern Germany is colder,
Yeah.
and it's supposed to heat you up. And when there's a Christmas market, then it's a long tradition to have it then. Glühwein.
That's something I tell people too. You know, you mentioned the Christmas market. I tell a lot of people, especially like Buffy, you know, I still have friends that are in Germany. And hopefully we can go this summer and go visit. But I would like to bring her there during Christmas because the Kris Kringle markets are beautiful. Sehr schön.
Das hast du sehr gut gesagt.
Ja, genau.
Yeah, yeah. My girlfriend used to be a teacher in UK, and she taught British students German, and they all would say, "Das ist prima."
I know where I was stationed at, the big saying was "Das ist super."
They said das ist prima, but it sounds basically the same to me. but
Well,
I can imagine that during the time you were in Germany, girls were all over you because you, well, to my ears, you have really a very attractive accent.
oh,
Not
I
that I'm
think
trying
that
to hit on
about
you, but
is.
you get the point.
I do. Thank you. Yeah, I had a few girlfriends in Germany. Um, I don't know. I had recently got divorced before I joined, so I really wasn't looking. I was just kind of just.
Playing the field.
I joined the army to clear my mind, so to speak, to get my ex-wife off my mind and to go do something with my life and go see the world. And luckily, I got to land in Germany because I got to see all of Europe while I was there. I loved it. There's no place like Europe, man.
Oh, so if you got relationship problems or you even split or you get divorced or something, then probably Germany is a good country to take your mind off.
Oh yes, because the beer will help wipe it away.
Oh,
But let's talk about Austin Deathtrip.
that's
Now,
cool with me.
how long you guys been together?
Not that long actually, for about a year.
About a year. And
Yeah, I think we started in February last year.
oh, right
Okay,
on.
1.5 years then.
So it'll be a 2-year mark coming up in this February.
Yeah, right.
How did the name Austin Deathtrip come about?
Oh, actually, I don't think I can give you a good answer to that. When we started as a band, we had a very long list of names, well, that we all liked, and then we would go and well see what name we would like best, and the name Austin Deathtrip was inspired by well. A massacre that was supposed to have happened in Austin, but actually I don't really know. Probably just because it sounded cool to us.
Now you guys have a little bit of that southern sound to y'all. What we consider the southern metal sound. I hear a little bit of that in y'all's music. What are some of the bands that influenced you and helped define the sound of Austin Deathtrip?
Oh, that's hard to say. At least our guitarist Matt is a great fan of Pantera, and I am too, and I think all of us are. And but he's very much into this southern metal style, and this is well what comes out of it. We don't try to come up with something that sounds like anything, but it just runs with us.
I understand. Like I said, I could hear that southern style, and I love it. Especially that a German band has the southern U.S. Style of metal. I think it's awesome. It just shows to me the worldwide what's the word I'm looking for here? The worldwide appeal of the southern style of metal. Like, you know, you got bands like Down, Crowbar, you know, Pantera, of course, being probably the largest. Exorder, all these different bands have this type of sound, and I love that you guys have that. It sounds awesome.
Well, I guess when I was like 15 or 16, I started listening to Pantera very much, and well, I like very much the Cowboys from Hell album and the Far Beyond Driven, and yeah, well, I think the same is true for Matt, and somehow it developed in that direction. We never planned it to be that way. We've been knowing each other for quite a long time before we started this band, and all of us had been playing in different bands. And well, we knew each other from playing gigs together. And well, at a certain point of time, things would work out in other bands, and then we would start this band together.
Right on. Now, I want to let you know, if I talk too fast, just tell me langsam or bitte. And I will langsamer.
No, it's really cool with me.
Okay. Right on, brother.
Okay.
Now, obviously, you're wearing a Tama shirt, which tells me you're a drummer.
Yeah, that's right.
And you play Tama drums.
Yeah, I am a big fan of Tama drums, actually. I've been playing a Tama Rockstar kit for, let's say 11 or 12 years now, and they don't even build it anymore. But I got a second one, which is the Tama Superstar edition. Yeah, I think it's Superstar, and it doesn't sound like the Rockstar, and I don't know why that is, but I just like how Tama drums are built, because if you play a lot of shows during the year, you start to build up your drum set and tear it apart, and it goes on like that. And at a certain point, I had another drum set built by Pearl, and it will fall apart.
Wow.
After. And well, I've been using my Tama Rockstar kit for like 11 or 12 years right now, and it's still really in a good condition.
It's able to withstand the beating you give it.
Yeah. You're right.
Now, you guys, like I said, I've got 4 songs by you here, and my listeners out there, I'm gonna play some Austin Deathtrip for you in a little while. Not yet. I'm gonna tease you a little bit on it. Are you guys currently working on any new CDs, or you got some shows coming up?
Well, we got some local shows coming up. I have to ask my friends for the date, but it's rather locally. One is in Oldenburg, which is our hometown, and some in towns nearby. We are not really a big deal in Germany, rather a really small act. And we're working on new material. We already got 3 new songs, and we're working on a 4th one, and we're doing rehearsals right now, and we are hoping to come up with a full-length CD in probably February, March next year.
Right
but
on.
You never know how these things work.
Well, whenever y'all do release that new CD, let us know, because we'll play it on here, and we'll definitely push it out and get you guys some attention stateside.
Oh, thank you very much.
Man, I can't tell you. You know, I love y'all's music. I'm wanting to play some now, but I'm gonna make everybody wait.
Well, thank you very much. Well, that's really so. I feel so complicated right now.
Right on. Now, we were talking before we went live that some of your personal influences were like Iron Maiden.
For me, definitely. I don't know why that is. Jim and Bart, they are considerably younger than I am and than Matt is, and they don't listen to stuff like that, which is a shame in my mind. But I simply love Iron Maiden, especially the older stuff. Like I like the Power Slave album, and especially yeah. I couldn't say which song is the best, but it's really an amazing album, and it's definitely a big influence to me in drumming. When I started to play the drums, I wanted to be like Nico McBrain.
He is a hell of a drummer, isn't he?
Really, and when I started listening to Metallica, I also liked Lars Ulrich a lot, but not anymore. But Nico McBrain is still really a great drummer, and he has his own unique style, and you don't get to see that very much in today's metal scene.
That's my alarm system going off.
Really?
Yeah.
What was your dog?
Say again? Yeah, I have.
What's your dog?
We actually have 4 dogs here. Just the little, the little one has the biggest mouth.
The same is often true for people.
Right?
We call this kleiner Mann-Komplex or Napoleon-Komplex. It basically means that the smaller you are, the more likely you are to be, well, very aggressive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have that chip on your shoulder.
I have a chip on my shoulder. I see.
Yeah, the people with Napoleon complex have a chip on their shoulder. And they think they have something to prove because they're small stature. But,
yeah, right.
You know, people are people. So how is it in Germany right now with metal in your area? You told me you were in North Germany. Is the metal scene there pretty good?
Yeah, of course. I think it is. But it's rather divided in all sorts of subgenres. So you have people listening to when I was like 20 years old, which is a bit of a time ago, but nevertheless, we would start listening to metal and we would like everything about it. We would be listening to power metal, that new wave of British heavy metal, death metal, black metal, symphonic metal, and you name it, we were listening to it. And concerts were like that. Mm-hmm. So you would go to a concert. I remember that my first concert I ever went to was with Cannibal Corpse, with Vader, with Immortal, with Dark Funeral, Hate Eternal, and probably 1 or 2 local acts. And well, we would all be there. And right now, people listen to deathcore and nothing else, or they would start listening to Viking metal, and they have their own genre, and they don't listen to anything besides that. And that is why, in my opinion, to my feeling, it is like that. The German metal scene is very much subdivided.
I agree. It's
I couldn't explain why that is. I'm also playing drums in a Slayer tribute band, and we sometimes experience that. Concert we would play, and usually that would attract at least 400 or 500 people. Things have changed for some reason, and people don't like to come to concerts anymore. And it's like 100 people at the most who attend concerts.
Something I've noticed, at least here in the U.S., of course, we have all the different genres. Metal's very divided. A lot of the younger bands now are starting to bring the genres back together. You'll have a thrash band that may incorporate some death and a little bit of black metal, but they're starting to bring it all together now, and hopefully the subgenres will all go away. I hope. Because the thing with all the genres that they're out there, they're all metal. And that's the thing you gotta look at. I don't care if you listen to deathcore or whatever, you're still listening to fucking metal. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
absolutely. The same is true for me.
Support metal all the way.
Well, in the end, I think good music is good music, and I don't care about labels. But people are very concerned about images these days. So in certain cases, you have to be, well, a true black metal. And if you are a true black metal fan, you cannot listen to death metal. Or probably if a drummer of another band is using triggers on his bass drums or stuff like that would start to concern people, and don't know why that is, because, well, to my mind, it's just bullshit. If the band is vegan and stuff like that, if they drink, if they eat meat and stuff like that, well, come on, it's just music. I'm not that much into images.
Well, people have to put their agenda in there. I think that's one of the problems. You know,
they also judge you how you look like. When I started metal in metal and started making music, nobody would give a fuck about how you look like. If your hair is long or short, or if you're wearing black, or whatever.
Right. Or if you got spikes on, or a t-shirt, or whatever. It shouldn't matter. The music is what matters.
Yeah, actually, well, people come to me and, well, start to piss me off because I'm wearing the wrong t-shirt and stuff like that, and tell me, people like you ruin the scene. And I, what?
And fuck them.
Yeah, I don't give a shit, but, you know, well, it's a certain development that, in a way, really, well, makes you think, doesn't it?
It does. A lot of people say, I see it online all the time, about support your local scene, support your local musicians. And the musicians themselves make it hard because they have that attitude. If you show up, you got to look like this. If you show up, you got to sound like this. Fuck that. This is how we sound, this is how we look, this is what you're getting. Either support it or fuck off.
Yeah,
that's the way I look at it.
At least we don't try to think of a certain image. I don't think we care that much. Probably basically because we are, as band members, are four very individual characters, and each of us has his, well, certain things he likes and dislikes, and one would be rather into metalcore, the other one, I for myself, I am rather into death metal, and but I also listen to pop music. You would find, well, you would probably catch me on the dance floor dancing to Beyonce. And
wow.
Probably the next song could be something by Cannibal Corpse, I don't know. I really don't give a damn about it.
You know, on that note, a lot of people here in the U.S. who's never been to, you know, Germany, they'll trip out on that. And the reason is, when you go to a club, most clubs in Europe, you can hear maybe a Lady Gaga song, and then Metallica, and then like Elton John, and the list goes on and on. I mean, Germany isn't so backwards musically. They'll play everything. And that's what I love. I love that about Germany. You can go to a club and you'll hear 5 different types of music, you know, in 20 minutes.
Well, could well be, but I think, well, the latest development is rather that, well, electronic music is very popular right now, and, well, to my personal experience, it's more like that, well, clubs stopped playing metal at all, or really? Even rock music, which is really a pity to me.
When I was there, like I said, I left in 2001.
Yeah.
and there was a club in Bamberg called the Green Goose, and it was a dance club, and we would go there, and the DJ, they would play electronic music, dance music, and they may do 2 or 3 songs, get the dance floor, where everybody's jumping and having a good time, and he would play some Metallica. He played Deep Purple. Then he would switch over to a slow song, maybe some old Eagles, and then they would go back to electronic and even hip hop and rap.
Yeah.
But it
okay. That actually is still true in a certain way. My favorite club in Oldenburg is the Amadeus, and on certain days the DJ has sets where he plays he starts to play old school hip hop or dance or rock and metal, and then would change the set, and those sets would go on for like 20 minutes or half an hour, and probably depending on the mood of the DJ and everything, but they would stick to a certain kind of music, and that's a good thing. And I think also the youth is changing a bit. They're changing their listening behaviors. I think you and me, we grew up listening to CDs or an album of a band, and we would listen to the whole album. And now they all have their MP3 players, and they listen to one song of the band they like, and to another song of another band they like, and they rather mix music styles.
Yeah, especially like you were saying with the MP3 players and iPods, they can go to iTunes or Amazon.com and purchase one song at a time. Okay, I like this song by this band and this song by this band, and they'll make like a compilation, so to speak, in their MP3 player.
Yeah, it would never have occurred to me to just listen to one song. Imagine just listening to Master of Puppets by Metallica and not the rest of the album. It's unthinkable.
Yeah, very unthinkable. Let me see what's going on in chat. Okay, I was going to ask Vixen to throw up some links for you guys, and she's got your Facebook page. It's facebook.com/Austin Deathtrip. Of course, you got the www.austin/deathtrip.com. Actually, that would be a -deathtrip. You got the Reverb Nation page. Oh, she's got the where you can go download the EP also. Let me put that out. You can go to austindeathtrip.com, and you can get Texas Bulldozer, the EP, for download. It's a free download of 4 tracks. And yes, Sigu is from Germany. That's a friend of ours. He plays drums in a band called Blood Lubricant.
That's a cool name.
They're a very awesome band. I'll have to play some of them for you later. They are awesome. Let's see. But yes, we threw links out for you. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead. We're 30 minutes in now. We'll go ahead and play some songs. And that way everyone gets a chance to hear what Austin Deathtrip's about. So I'm going to play 2 songs right now. I'm going to play A Hypocrite's Manifest and Cain. Actually, I'll go ahead and play all 4 right now. I'll play A Hypocrite's Manifest, Cain, Butt Spanker, and Terrence Hill Have Eyes. So stick around. We'll be right back, Metalheads. This is the Bullshit with Bob show. And you're listening to us on Brutiful Metal Radio. Austin Deathtrip in the studio. Here is A Hypocrite's Manifest. Alrighty, we are back up and running now. Yay! Go technology.
Hey.
Well,
Brutiful Radio.
Yeah, right? Alright, Metalheads, we're back live on the Bullshit with Bob show. Right here on Brutiful Metal Radio. And we have Chuck, the drummer from Austin Deathtrip via Skype.
Hey.
From the Deutsches Bundesrepublik.
Deutsche Bundesrepublik, right.
Man,
Germany, Deutschland, Deutschland.
yeah, der Vaterland.
Genau.
Yeah, genau. You know, I had so much fun being, you know, living in Germany. One of the things I got to do, which was really cool, was one weekend we were asked to go and participate with a reserve unit in a town called Hanbach, which is near Vilseck. It's down in the south, and basically they were doing a bivouac over the weekend, and it was the Bundeswehr.
Bundesliga.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And we got to go train with the Bundeswehr. Some of the Army soldiers, the U.S. soldiers, did. And it was so much fun. You know, it was volunteer, and I think we only had 8 Army soldiers that went, and there was like 40 of the Bundeswehr reserves. And the Bundeswehr, for the English speakers out there, that's the German army. That's the People's Army. And,
right, the Bundeswehr.
And we got to go and train, and you know, we got there, we set up our tents. Well, we were staying like in this little field out in the middle of town. And of course, all the townspeople were invited to come watch everything go on. It was really cool. I got to go shoot the G36 assault rifle, and I pissed the Germans off.
How did you do that?
I've been shooting guns because I was little, very little, and we got out there, and the G36 is very, very accurate. And we went to the range, and they had a circle target. And the bullseye was worth 10 points, and each ring after that was 9, 8, 7, 6, you know, on out.
And so on, yeah, right.
So, and it gave you 5 bullets. So you had a chance of shooting a 50 out of 50. Was the best score you could get. I ended up shooting a 48 out of 50.
Wow.
And I'm telling you, the first 2 rounds I shot, are you familiar with the G36?
No, not really. I didn't do any military service. In Germany, you can choose between doing military service or community service.
Oh, okay.
It's where you take care of the elderly and stuff like that. And I chose that.
Well, the G36 has 2 different sighting systems on it. One of them, it has what's called a red dot. You got to keep both eyes open. And the other one is a black dot, and you can close one eye and shoot, you know, like normal.
Yeah.
And the first 2 rounds, I was dead center on the bullseye, but the rounds were above the circle, right above the circle in the 9 ring. And I shot twice, and there was a guy on a field phone by where the target was, and he called back up and told us where the bullets hit. So I just aimed lower, and I put my next 3 right through the bullseye.
Oh, great.
And the Bundeswehr soldiers were pissed. They kept telling me, "Oh, you buy all the beer tonight." I'm like,
usually it should have been the other way around.
that's what I said.
Yeah, come on.
I just told them, I showed you how to shoot your own gun. But they were joking with me. It was like,
no, this is what you should have done. You should have told them, I'm not very good at shooting, and you should have missed
right
delivery at first, and then making bets.
But we got to shoot the rifles, and then later on we went to the pistol range, and there was a guy in they broke us. We had 2 soldiers in each squad. And one of the guys, he was an older gentleman, around 60. And he had an old Mauser. I think it was like an 1890, 1891 Mauser.
What's a Mauser?
It's a German pistol, 9mm.
I see.
Oh.
It looks like the Han Solo gun.
Ah.
You know which one I'm talking about now.
Yeah, okay, I get the picture.
And it was his great-grandfather's. and it was carried in World War I. Then it was carried again in World War II, and he brought it to the range, and we all got to shoot on it. And I thought it was just such an honor to shoot a weapon that old. It was very cool. But we did all kind of training in between. The last day, I know you'll be familiar with this too, we had to get on rafts and go and fight over this river. And we had the long sticks, and we had to knock each other off the boat.
Ah, yeah, that's good.
The Fischerkönig. Yeah, it was the Fisher King is what we were doing, and it was very, it was an honor. It was a privilege actually to be able to do that, but we actually won it. And the guy that was on the boat, poking everybody off. We did this for a few hours. It was a blast. It was fun. He got a beer krug with his name on it, and it stayed with the Bundeswehr.
That is so cool. I guess you really know how to piss off the Bundeswehr.
Obviously, but we made a lot of friends though. A lot of the German guys were asking us about America and what America's like, and we told them, don't believe what you see on TV, because that's all bullshit. And we told them about how America is, at least where we're from. And, we had a couple guys that was from New York City, one from Minnesota, myself originally from Louisiana, and we had one from California that was with us. And we explained to them what it's really like here. It's not like the TV shows. It's not like the movies. But we gave them a bunch of our MREs, which is what we eat in the field. And they kept asking, MREs, man, you got MREs? And we traded for their schnitzel and, their sauerbraten and whatever their lunch was. We trade them our MRE and we get their lunch. And it was a really cool time.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. So you could tell the American listeners that Germany is not like it is depicted in the American media. When I went there, actually people had these common stereotypes that Germans would walk around in lederhosen all the time. Right. And eat pretzels and drink beer all the time. And actually it's not very much like that. And eat sauerbraten and stuff like that.
And everyone listens to polka.
Yeah. And they think that's normal, but actually that's rather a certain area of Germany, that's Bavaria, and even there it is rather seldom that you see people walking around like that. Probably in Oktoberfest, which is one time in the year.
Right, for 2.5 weeks.
Right, and it's very expensive then, but well, it's good, but it's not what Germans are like in general.
Well, yeah, but every time I speak to Americans, I try to explain to them what Germany is really like. I tell them how clean the country is. You don't see trash on the side of the roads. It's a very clean country, and the people there are very nice. I must have been lucky. I think I met one asshole the whole 4.5 years I was there.
Really? Yeah, well, then you were really lucky. I think there are as much assholes as probably there are in America.
Oh, yeah.
And as anywhere. But I think Germans like Americans in general.
And I think Americans like Germans.
European countries sort of admire America because it's so powerful and everything. And right now, with the re-election of Obama and stuff like that, it's like American people are heroes to us.
Oh,
I don't know why that is. Also, if you buy American gear, I just bought a new guitar, and I'm proud that it's made in US and stuff like that. I don't know why that is, but America has sort of a really cool image in Germany and in European states in general, I think. And that's probably why people tend to be that friendly.
I think that
probably
we have that same view.
You gotta get closer.
Don't we also get that same cool view about Germany over here?
We do.
Because it always seems like such an enchanted, just cool place. I've always wanted to go there. And I've had a lot of my friends go there, and it just sounds so awesome.
Germany is awesome. There's no two ways about it.
I heard Christmas is magic there.
It is. We talked about that earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, Germans are very fond of Christmas and how to celebrate it and everything. It's very, well, it's sort of cliche, but, they like it that way, I guess.
Well, the beautiful thing is how everyone gets into it. You know, you'll have people with decorations and like the Kris Kringle markets. I mean, there's so many lights out there, candles burning, and so much going on. It's just it's beautiful, especially at night. You know, if you go to Nuremberg or if you go to Rothenburg, Obje-Tauber.
Yeah, even the towns and communities start to decorate the street with all the lightings and stars and, well, you name it, it is there. That's really a beautiful thing about Christmas in Germany, probably. And of course, the Christmas markets. We already have been talking about that. And
Right.
Glühwein.
Oh yeah, the Glühwein.
Yeah, we like to drink Glühwein a lot.
Now I've got
Glühwein.
a friend of mine that I interviewed a few weeks back, Marco from an Austrian band, Garage Days, and his wife makes homemade Glühwein, and they're supposed to send me some, so I'm waiting.
Thumbs up.
Oh yeah, 2 thumbs up.
Oh, it's a goose and a nut.
You know, it's funny. When I was stationed there, we would go down to Chiemsee, and I've never skied in my life, and I'd go up there and try to ski, and I totally sucked at it. But we had a game we would play where we would go up to the top and we'd ski down, and we'd drink 1 Glühwein. And we'd go up to the top, come down, and we'd drink 2 Glühweins. And we'd do this for a while until we were too drunk to go up the mountain.
Didn't you have a blast?
Oh, indeed. We just stayed at the bottom and drank more Glühwein.
That's how it
That's
goes.
all we did. And made snowballs and had a snowball fight.
Ah, that's good.
Yeah, it was
and
really...
I thought you were going to tell me that the more Glühwein you drank, the better you got at skiing.
Oh, no. No. Well, for a little while, I thought I was doing good, but others told me different later. They gave me the truth.
But it felt different, right?
Right? It felt good, though.
I'm getting good at this.
Yeah, you know, in my thick southern accent, I'm going to do this shit, boys. Yeehaw!
So,
I don't
what
need
do
no
you
more
think
of
about German girls you met here?
Oh, beautiful women. But the funny thing, I dated a German girl for a year. Her name was Martina. And she had 3 children that couldn't speak any English. And my German at that point really sucked. I mean, I could order beer, I could order food, I can get on the train. That's back when there was the Wochenende ticket. I don't know if y'all still have that there or not. But I had to learn to speak German to talk to the children. But on the weekends sometimes, Americans, we do a lot of stuff and just because. We don't have to have a reason. And my girlfriend, every day of the week, she had something certain that she would do. She would go shopping on a certain day, wash her clothes on a certain day. You know, very practical. And on weekends, I had a friend that was stationed near Kitzingen, Germany, by Würzburg. And he would call me up and say, hey, let's go barbecue. I'd be like, okay. And I'd tell her, hey, you know, let's go down to my buddy's house and we're going to go barbecue. And she'd always, Bobby, why are we doing this? And I'd be like, just cuz. Was is just cuz. I ain't got anything better to do. Let's go, you know. But I thought that was the funniest thing. She didn't understand what just cuz, you know. We're bored. We're not doing anything. Let's go down here and have some fun. You know.
Oh, that's a good reason, to my mind.
And we were going to drink beer. That's always a good thing.
Oh.
But
So American women are different in that respect.
yeah, they're a lot different. American women,
Do you experience?
your German women are very strong women, but the American women are more bossy. They're going to sit there, you're going to do this, you're going to do this, you're going to do this, where the German women, you can talk to them. And I wish Buffy was inside right now because she would say so.
Well, actually, there's a saying that German women are rather really, really bossy. You can buy fancy signs that say, I am, which basically say, I am the chef, and chef means boss here, not a cook.
Right.
That I am the boss, and my wife allowed me to say so.
It's like that here too. But one thing I did enjoy, she cooked a lot of authentic food, and I really liked that. One of the things that me and a couple of my friends did, we would never go to where the Americans hung out, because I didn't want to go and hang out with Americans. I wanted to learn Germany. I was there. I wanted to learn the culture, learn the language, and go see the sights. And a lot of Americans here don't understand. They think the White House is old, and it's what, 400 years old, maybe 300 years old.
And that ain't a drop in the bucket.
In Bamberg, we had a church there called the Dom that's 1,000 years old.
Yeah.
And it's the only place that a pope is buried outside of the Vatican.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, to Americans that is like ridiculously old.
Right.
Really. Yeah. It's like unimaginable. Because I don't think there are any buildings in America that are that old because, America as a country is not that old. We have buildings over here which are more than 1,000 years old, and that's really something else.
Right.
Probably German culture is older. Back then it wasn't even called German, but you get the point.
Mm-hmm. But I thought that was really cool, because I went to this church and they had the papal hat, the little beanie hat, and they had the pointy hat. They had his cloak and his scepter, and it was all sealed behind glass. And it's from 996 A.D.
Yeah, that's really cool.
That was awesome.
Are you a religious person?
Say again?
Are you
a religious person?
Religious person?
No.
Yeah?
No.
Not really. But interested in culture.
I enjoy the history.
Yeah,
and
that's what I do. I always plan to go to Italy to see Vatikanstadt.
Oh, right
with all the catacombs and everything in Rome.
Now, there were catacombs in Bamberg, and I didn't find out about it till right when I was leaving that they did tours. And I was pretty pissed off about that, because I would love to go to see the catacombs there. And I went to Italy. I went to Florence, Venice, and Rome, but we didn't go in the catacombs. When we were in Rome, of course, we went around, the Colosseum and some of the other buildings, and that was old. I mean, you go into Rome, it smells old.
I never did so far, and I really would like to do. I know it's still on my list of stuff I have to do. Check on that.
That's the bucket list.
Yeah, like plant a tree and stuff.
Now, some of the stuff I did get to do while I was there, I went to Amsterdam several times.
I can imagine what you did there.
Oh, yeah, I was a good boy. But yeah, I went to Amsterdam. I did a lot of sightseeing and other things. Of course, I went to I went to Rotterdam. I went to Den Haag, The Hague, the German court, or the World Court. I went to Paris a few times. I went to Madrid, Spain. Went to Ibiza. I didn't, you know, I utilized all my time while I was in Europe to go and see everything as much as I could. I went and seen, I think, almost every castle Germany has.
And those are a lot, like, I don't know how much there are, but at least 200, probably even more.
I think there's
really
more.
Yeah, but probably even more.
Yeah, because.
But that's something I enjoy too. Also, I like Amsterdam a lot. It's really a very, very beautiful town to my mind. But it's funny how you say it, because in Germany, people always become suspicious if you say I went to Amsterdam, because then they think you have been smoking weed all the time. Because in Germany, weed is illegal, and well, in the Netherlands it isn't, and the Netherlands are closed to Germany, and you can buy it legally, and that's why a lot of people go there. And it's somehow, if you go there, people almost instantly assume that you've been smoking weed there or buying pot and stuff like that.
Well, I was in the army when I went, and
so you couldn't.
Well, I wasn't supposed to.
That way.
You know, I was there. I had a sample. The first two times I went, I didn't. You know, I was a good boy the first two times. I did a lot of Heineken drinking. I love Heineken, especially by the bucket, and it's fresh. That's the thing people here don't understand about the beer. In Germany, the government regulation is that beer cannot have any preservatives. It's got to be fresh. And like over here in the U.S., beer has all kind of preservatives and stuff to make it, you know, last on the shelf.
Yeah, right.
It's a whole different flavor.
Yeah, it's really a total different thing. But I think Heineken became popular with Jeff Hanneman by Slayer.
Mm-hmm.
Probably. He even had his Heineken guitar. And also has Hanneman, but with the Heineken logo in it.
Yep. Yeah, those, and what was the other ones he used to drink? St. Pauli Girls was the other one he used to drink. I think that was from Germany also. I have to check that. But, you know, I went sightseeing there. I went window shopping through the red light district. And, yeah, I mean, Amsterdam, it's a place to go see, at least once in your life.
Yeah, I really do think so. Like that.
Now, let me ask you some more questions. Like I said, we just sit here and bullshit, and this is the whole show. You know, we just sit here and talk, and everyone else out there in listener land gets lucky to listen in on us. So I think it's pretty cool. Crap. Sorry, my cereal went out again. That's okay.
Oh.
I don't need it. I'm coughing too much as it is. Now, what are some of the bands that you currently listen to? Do you listen to anything like new?
Well, the last CDs I bought were Whitechapel, their latest album, and I must say I really enjoy it very much because they have a really, really unique sound to my mind. I couldn't tell if they are doing death metal or deathcore, and then they have very fast and brutal songs. Then they have songs that are rather mid-tempo, and they have 3 guitarists and all these different layers of guitars in their sound, and they are really unique to my mind. And I enjoyed them very much. After that, I bought the latest Black Dahlia Murder album, which I enjoyed very much too, but I didn't like it as much as the one before. I think it was Miasma, but I'm not sure if it was called that way. Before that, I don't know. I bought a Breaking Benjamin CD, which is a total different type of music. It's rather, I don't know if you know the band.
Yes, Breaking Benjamin is more of an alternative band.
Yeah, rather. I bought the Phobia album, which is really a great piece of music. And yeah, well, those were the CDs I bought during the last few months, probably.
Oh, right on.
There's probably some more. I bought the Dying Fetus album, the new one. I didn't like the sound very much, but I think I started listening to Dying Fetus, starting with the first album, and it's amazing how they develop their style and their skills. They've become such great musicians. It's really, from such a point of view, it's almost amazing what their drummer can do and what their guitarists are playing. It's really overwhelming, and I started to listen to the first 2 or 3 songs, and I really could hear how my boards would fall off. Like, oh my! I need to go practice.
I'm looking over here in the chat room, and Vixen posted up that she wanted me to let you know that women over here are not bossy.
And you're supposed to say so, right?
Oh, that's right. They're not bossy because they say so. However, they are bossy. And Vixen wants me to ask you, what are some of your favorite unsigned bands? Do you listen to any unsigned bands?
Oh, that's a tough question. Unsigned bands. I couldn't tell you actually. There are of course some local bands I really like and enjoy, like Saturday Fair, who are doing some. They are calling their style death and roll, which I really like a lot. I used to play drums in a band called Carthago Must Fall. They have a new drummer, and I still like their stuff. There's a band called Lying Apart, which I do really enjoy, and I don't think they exist anymore. They did metalcore, so to speak, and which was music I enjoyed, but for some reason I'm not that much into underground music anymore. I rather go to the concerts, and I enjoy being there and listening to their CDs, but I rather listen to popular metal, if I couldn't put it that way.
Okay. Vixen's kind of laughing. She said, "Stumped you."
Yeah.
Stump the trunk.
I don't know what that means actually.
When someone stumps you, that means they how can I put that?
They asked a question that you can't answer.
Yeah, you couldn't answer the question. You had to think about it.
Stumped.
Yeah, you got me good.
There you go.
Yeah.
I wasn't prepared for that.
Now, let me ask you. Oh, she's apologizing.
No, that's good.
It's too late now, Vixen. You done sealed your fate. That's gonna be pink eye for you tonight. We'll throw some off the wall questions here. What was your favorite cartoon character as a kid?
Oh, as a kid, probably Bart Simpson, and I remember that when I was really little, it was Eichhorn Puschel, but I don't think you know this. It's a squirrel.
A squirrel?
Yeah, it's a red squirrel.
Oh, okay.
You mostly have those white squirrels, but we have red squirrels over here, and the cartoon was called Eichhorn Puschel. Eichhorn means squirrel, and Puschel would be, well, it's furry. He would live in the forest and have adventures there.
Okay.
Well, and, right now, I could tell you, I still like to watch Family Guy, American Dad, stuff like that. I occasionally watch The Simpsons. I loved Futurama,
Oh yeah.
but in Germany it isn't online anymore, or not on in the television anymore. They had like 2 or 3 seasons probably, and I watched the rest online. But it's much better to watch those series in English because the German translations they are really really bad.
Oh wow.
They lose
That's
something.
big time. It's really I like the German Simpsons. It's okay because I especially like the Boomer voice and the guy who does Boomer in Germany is really cool, and everything else really sucks to my mind.
When I was dating Martina, that German lady, I took her oldest son. This is when Star Wars: The Phantom Menace had came out, and he was really into Star Wars. And I took him to the German Kino to go and watch the movie.
Yeah.
And this is before I had seen it in English. And I'm watching it, and I'm understanding a good bit of it. You know, I mean, they're talking really fast. If you talk fast German, it takes a little bit for me to catch it. But I understood most of it, and I just thought it was neat that I watched Star Wars: The Phantom Menace first in German before I saw it in English. And I even also watched Titanic in German.
Oh my God! Did you cry?
Oh yes, on top of the world.
Oh my God! Every time someone even mentions the title, it makes me think of Celine Dion. That is why the movie is forever ruined for me.
Thank you.
Yes, I agree. You know, and on top of that, just to put this out there, I've only watched Titanic once, and it was in German. I have not seen it in English, and nor will I watch it. I don't see how they can make a 3-hour movie out of a boat that sank in an hour.
Yeah, they somehow managed to stretch it with Leonardo DiCaprio. I don't know why that is.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's Leonardo.
Yeah, probably.
It took him 3 hours to comb his hair back.
Yeah, well, I didn't like it too much. I watched it once, I think. I watched it once.
Yeah, I don't get it. The story is, okay, they're on a boat. The boat hits an iceberg. The boat sinks. End of story. That's 30 seconds. I could have saved everyone $8 from watching this movie.
Yeah, and everybody knows the ending.
Right? They all die.
Yeah.
Well, a few of them made it.
Girlfriend. I think she survives. I think she's the survivor who tells his story, so to speak.
Right. There's a few that survived, but most of them died. Oh, Vixen watched it a couple times.
Oh my God.
Revoke her metal card.
Yeah, give me your metal card.
I actually saw bits and pieces of it while waiting for other movies on HBO or whatever. I never sat and watched the whole thing, but
I have better things to do with my time than watch.
Probably she attempted to watch it several times, but it was that unbearable that she switched off.
or fell asleep.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good, right, Vix?
Or just a scene where Leonardo DiCaprio drowns.
Yeah.
I probably could watch that several times.
I could too. In fact, that's the part I stood up and gave the clap, did the wave. Yeah.
And it would have been so cool if you had seen it in the movie theater and then would have stood up.
Yeah.
To us.
I'd have probably got beat up. Everybody's sitting there crying, you know, and I'm saying, yay! And then they'll wait for me outside. Pow, pow, pow.
Yeah, but only by German girls.
Yeah, right?
All the rich snobby bastards lived. Yeah, they were pushing the women off the lifeboats.
Yep.
Says a lot about human nature, doesn't it?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, well, probably that women are more valuable and I lost the point here. I'm sorry.
That's the point. There wasn't really a point. It wouldn't have mattered if it was a man who they stole the seat from. They were still doing it.
You're right.
Now, aside from music, what kind of hobbies do you have?
Aside from music, that's really hard because music is a big part of my life. I play drums a lot, and I also started to learn the guitar 2 years ago, and that takes a lot of my time. But if I don't do that, I like to go bowling.
Yes.
I really like that a lot, and well, besides that, I like to watch movies and, well, meet friends, stuff like that, go to concerts. But I think my life is mostly dominated by work and, well, music in general. So there's not that much time for hobbies besides that.
I understand. Good. You don't play video games or anything like that?
No, rather not. I don't know why. I started playing Diablo 3. What is it? Diablo 3?
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called in English. Probably that it is. And I didn't enjoy it too much for some strange reason. I used to play Diablo 2 when I was like in my 20s. And ever since I didn't play that much computer games.
Okay.
I like to go skating once in a while. And besides that, I already told you I have pets.
Yeah.
Right.
That really does make me sound boring, doesn't it?
No, it makes you sound normal.
That's what it's all. Like I said, it's Wild Kingdom here. We've got the 4
Yeah.
dogs and we've got the 2,000 cats, and I'm lucky they let me live with them, I guess.
Coexist.
They rule the house. They have me trained.
Yeah. Funny how that works.
Yeah, I'm hungry. Feed me something.
But on that
Okay.
gaming thing, I don't game either.
Oh, me, I love video games. I play when I can, but I play old games. I have a PlayStation 2, and
in German, it's called a Pläse.
say again.
In Germany, a PlayStation 2 is called a Pläse oder eine Pläsi 2.
Oh, right on.
So what do you play? What game do you enjoy?
I like to play the Final Fantasy games. I've always been into the role-playing style games. When I was a kid, I used to play a lot of like Dungeons and Dragons. You know, where you roll the dice. Oh yeah.
Still do.
If I had the chance, I would still play it. But I always loved that fantasy style of environment, like Conan and things like that, medieval history. But most of the video games I play are something like that. Like I played Diablo 2 not too long ago. I even played Diablo 1.
I used to play it too, but that was really a long time ago.
I used to have that on my PlayStation 1. Way back when.
Cool. Not bad. Well, when I went to school, I would have made fun of you for playing role games, probably. I had a classmate who was always like, don't dare to speak his name, and he was all into Lord of the Rings stuff like that, and you really could piss him off by saying Sauron.
Okay, no, I didn't take it out. I failed in one of my husbandly duties today. I forgot to take the trash out.
Oh.
My bossy wife was letting me know.
Yeah, but it's your wife's duty to remind you at least 3 times before you can do it.
That's right, and she only reminded me once.
Yeah, so still 2 times to go.
That's right. She failed in her duty to me.
Yeah, absolutely. That's how you should see it.
He had a good point. He said, I said, I failed in my husbandly duty. And he said, no, it's the wife's duty to remind me 3 times.
Oh, I got to remind him 3,000 times, and then I just give up.
Pink eye for you too later. Now, let me ask you, what equipment does the other band members use? Do you know?
No. Matt just got, he got just a new, what is it called? Tonabnehmer. He got a new humbucker. It's called the Dimebacker. It's the same humbucker Dimebag Darrell used to play.
Oh, right on.
A certain one which was designed for his special needs. And he just put this into his guitar. But besides that, I don't have the foggiest idea. I'm glad I know what I'm playing.
Well, the drummer has to keep an eye on the most equipment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you have the most parts.
Yeah.
If you take your drum set apart, it's like at least 100 pieces. I don't know how much it actually is, but really you have to look a lot.
It is. I'm glad I don't play drums.
Yeah. I always said next time I start a band, I'll be the vocalist.
Yeah, all you have to do is buy a mic.
Yeah. And usually you don't have to bring it along. Usually you get to a venue and they would have a micro. And that is it. Or probably a guitarist, if I just in case I suck at singing.
I think, personally, I play guitar, and I think if I ever started playing something else, it'll be a harmonica, something cheap.
Some of those harmonicas get very pricey.
It's that is actually like the one and only musical instrument I really, really hate.
A harmonica?
Yeah, I don't know why that is.
This one hates the cowbell or the block.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's a piece of equipment that my old drummer had on his drum kit called a jam block.
Those are cool. I just got a cowbell, and so far I didn't manage to implement it in our style of music, but at some time I already invented the cowbell hyperblast.
That's crazy.
It sounds a bit like an alarm clock.
My old drummer had this jam block, and it was made out of dense plastic. And every time he would hit it, it would like go to the center of my brain and give me a headache. And he would do it on purpose. Tock, 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 tock. It's like, oh, fuck, stop. Oh, yeah, I hate that thing.
And John would pick on you with it.
Anyhow, I think I'm going to implement the cowbell hyperblast, and nobody else is allowed to rip it off because I came up with it first.
And you know what?
I don't think I call dibs on it.
I'm actually recording this right now. This whole interview. Now, when I'm done, I'll take some band photos and make like a little movie, and I'll put it on YouTube. But being that you said that you're the first one to implement it, no one can take it away because I have it recorded.
Yeah, that's good.
It'll be the Chuck style.
All the other drummers out there, you cannot do this. I forbid you.
So if anyone ever wants to utilize that,
forget about it.
They have to get written permission from Chuck.
There you
go. Chuck, can I please use the hyperblast on the cowbell?
And I'm afraid the answer is no.
I love it.
Now, we're going to go ahead and start wrapping the interview up. I wanted to say this, though. Whenever you guys do get that next CD together, definitely let us know. I'll bring you back on the show, and we'll talk about the CD and the process of the studio and everything, and get your CD out there. You know, let me or Buffy or Deanna know, Vixen, and we'll definitely bring y'all back and talk about the new CD.
Well, thank you so much for the support. Of course, we will send it to you right away.
Oh, thank you for that.
Right now we are recording some rehearsals, but you know how this is. If we're hobby musicians, then it takes some time to finish things.
Right.
Sure.
So when we're done, we'll let you know ASAP.
Oh, ASAP. Thank you. Now, and again, I wanted to thank you for taking the time to speak with us, you know, and let us know about Austin Deathtrip, and, you know, let everybody hear the music and let everybody know how you are.
How cool you guys are.
Hell yes. And how wonderful the German beer and the German women and how awesome Germany is. I keep telling everybody how awesome Germany is.
And how you spank the Bundeswehr's butts.
Oh, yes. And I made them buy me beer. Boy,
thank you so much for the interview and for having us on your radio show. And it was really a big deal of fun talking to you guys. And I'm really overwhelmed about your support. And it was a lot of fun to me talking to you. And, well, you'll probably be the first to know if something new happens.
Oh, awesome, man. We appreciate that. Now, Vixen wanted me to tell you that American women are the best. Just saying. Come here. Tell him.
Yes, we are. We are the best. They are not full of Cheetos.
That's according to Vixen, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool with me.
Well, we don't listen to her, though. She talks, and it's like...
That's about right.
Don't you believe it.
Chuck, hang on the line just for a second. I'm going to go ahead and pop some more music up. If I can get to the right program. There we go.
Thank you so much.
Let's see. What shall we put on? How about I'll start with some Death Angel.
Oh, that's cool.
Followed by some New Creator. Have you heard the New Creator?
The last. I think the last album I listened to was like 5 years old or so.
Okay, this is a new one. We have a song from them called United in Hate.
Brand new, 2012.
Yeah, it just came out this year, and it's awesome.
Yeah, but I met Creator several times. Those are really, really nice guys. Especially Mille, who is such a down-to-earth person. You meet him in a club, and he's going to talk to you like you were friends at least 30 years.
Nice.
That is so cool.
Wow.
Yeah, he's really a very, very nice person. And a really cool frontman.
You know, Creator was one of the thrash bands that helped form the style of thrash back in the 80s, and they are so huge. And it's so nice when you hear that they're down to earth and they're very humble.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I went to Bochum and went to see a Suffocation concert. And Suffocation is one of my really absolutely favorite death metal acts. And I met him there. And we were both in the audience, and we were jamming to Suffocation. And we were both very excited to see them, and I could tell he's a big fan too, and it was really an amazing experience. And we would have a beer afterwards and discuss the concert, which was excellent, by the way, as all of Suffocation's concerts are.
Oh, yeah.
And, well,
How
he's
cool.
just really a great guy. Also, then you probably will know... oh, it's on my tongue. I have to. There's another famous German thrash metal band.
Destruction. Destruction.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Their lead singer is also a very nice person if you meet him.
That is
So
cool.
I think most of the German bands that are really famous are very nice people, as far as I got to know them.
That's one thing. I went and I've seen a lot of shows while I was in Germany, but I never got a chance to meet, any of the acts. I'd go see the show, and of course we were getting drunk. We'd leave and go get drunker. Well, I'm gonna throw some Suffocation up for you too. So I've got Death Angel, I've got some Creator, and I'm gonna throw some Suffocation up coming next. Metalheads out there, thank y'all for tuning in. This is the Bullshitting with Bob show, right here on Brutiful Metal Radio. We've been bullshitting with Chuck from Austin Deathtrip. And thanks again, man. We really appreciate taking the time out and coming and talking with us.
Thank you, too.
Now,
I really enjoyed this.
Stick around on the line for me just a second. I'm throwing these songs up.